Hello everyone, this is the part 4 of Service Catalog series. If you haven't watched the first 3 parts, the link to that playlist is on the top right corner and in the description as well. And just a reminder, if you're liking my content, please do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit that like button. So today's agenda would be introduction to record producers and how can we create record producers. So there are two ways, and at the last we will see a demo, and then we will do some scripting using the producer object which is present out of the box. First of all, the introduction. A record producer is a specific type of catalog item that allows end users to create task based records such as incident records from the service catalog. So if you don't want to create the request or the requested item from your catalogs and you want to create requests in a specific table, for example incidents or maybe the problem or maybe change, then you can use these record producers. So the look and feel of record producers is similar to that of catalog item, and in the last you can create a record producer for tables and database views that are in the scope of the record producer which you are creating. Moving on, how can we create record producers? So there are two ways. The first one is through service catalog. We'll quickly jump to service now and see that. I'll go here and I will type record producer, and you can click on record producers under catalog definitions, and you can see the existing record producers which are out of the box. You can also click on new to create your own record producer. After that, the second way is through the tables. If you go to tables, and you can go to that specific table on which you want to create your record producer. For example, if we go to the incident table and click here, and if we scroll down under the related links, you should be able to see add to service catalog, and when you click on this you will be able to select which fields exactly you want on your record producer form, and you can give the name of your record producer, short description, and in which category it should apply. Next is the demo. So we will create a record producer on the incident table in the training catalog. So this is a catalog which we had created in the first 3 videos, and then we will be capturing the urgency and short description only from the self-service users or any other user, and then based on that we will create an incident. I will do it from the service catalog view. So let me go back there. I will type record producer again, and I will click on new, and I will say raise an incident. So this is the name of my record producer, and I have to give the table name as incident because it will create a record on the incident table. After that, you can define the owner. I am currently logged in as system admin, so it has taken that by default, and you can mark this record producer as active or inactive, and then I will have to give a short description. I can say click on this to raise an incident. After that I can give a description as well. For example, if you are having issues in training catalog, please raise an incident. After that, in the redirect to drop down, you can actually tell ServiceNow as soon as the record producer is created by the end user, where do you want him to redirect to. We can redirect him to the catalog homepage as well as on the generated task record. Let's keep it generated task record, and here you can define the script as well. Next is the accessibility, and where do you want this record producer to be placed. So we want it under training catalog, and for example for service now training. Also you can define a template. For example, if you are only capturing 2 fields and you want some other fields to be auto populated, for example the caller ID or maybe the category, then you can define them in the template as well. We will see that in a minute. And the portal settings, if you want to hide attachment clip you can do it through this particular checkbox. And if you want to make attachment as mandatory, you can checkbox this one as well. And if you want to remove hide add to wish button, you can do it from this checkbox. Let's quickly submit this. After that, we'll go ahead and create variables, which I have explained in my previous videos as well. I will click on new. You will note couple of new fields in the variable when you are creating a record producer. It says map to the field, so that means whatever variable you are creating and the input which will be captured, it will be directly mapped to the incident table or the table which you have specified. For example, if I checkbox this, then I will have to specify which particular field it should map to. I will map it to urgency, and I will make this field as select box because urgency is a drop down on the incident form. And I will give the order as 100, and I can say the question as urgency. I will make this field as mandatory, and I will save this. Now I have to specify the choices in the urgency. For that, I will go to the incident table and check out the values of urgency which are defined there. But for our end users, I just want them to create only the low priority tickets, so I will just show the lower urgencies. I will click on one of the incident record. I will right click on urgency and I will go to configure dictionary, and I will scroll down and check the choices which are available, and I will be using only 2 medium and 3 low, so I don't want anyone to raise a high incident or a higher priority incident or urgency from my record producer form. I want that limited only to the native form. For that, I will just copy 2 medium and I will create a new question choice here, and I will give the value as 2, which was at the incident form as well. And then I will copy 3 low, and again I will choose that value on the incident record producer. So I'll paste here 3 low and then 3 value, and I will save this. I will go back to my record producer form, and you will be able to see a new variable has been created called urgency. I will create a new variable to capture the short description as well. For that, I have to click again on new. I will click on map to field. So this is completely optional. If you really want to map a field on the incident table, you can do it. But if you want some additional details and don't want to store that on the incident table or any table which you are referring to, you can create those variables as well, just as the plain variables that were defined in the service catalog. I will keep it as multi-line text, and I will give the order as 200, and I will map it to short description, and in the question I can just say what is your issue, and again I will make this as mandatory and I will save this. Now I will go back to my record producer. I will go to generated record data and I will create a template. For that, I will click on this and I will click on new. I can name it as demo incident template, and again I will give the name of the table as incident, and I can give a short description, maybe demo temp. And what I will do here is I will choose the category as inquiry or help, and I will choose the subcategory as internal application. I will submit this, and you can see a template has been created and it has been automatically allocated to this record producer. I will save this, and now whenever a record producer is created on this incident table, it will have the category and subcategory already defined when the record producer is submitted. Secondly, I will go to what it will contain and I will scroll down and I will write a little script to set the caller and description on the incident form. To set the caller ID, I will give current dot caller underscore ID, which is the backend name of the caller ID field, and I can say the logged in user. So I will say gs dot get user ID. So the current caller ID would be the user who is currently logged in, and for the description I can say current dot description equals, and I will use both urgency and as well as the short description variables here. So I will say producer dot short underscore description, and at the start I can say producer dot urgency. So a combination of these two will be printed in the description field of incident, and I will put a semicolon. So this script is basically ran after your record producer form has been submitted. I will save this again, and now I will navigate to my service portal, and I should be able to see my record producer under training catalog under ServiceNow category. I will say request something, and I will choose training catalog, and I will click on ServiceNow category, and you can see raise an incident is available here. I will click on this, and you can see the short description and description being shown here, and you can see the two fields, urgency and what is your issue mentioned, and I can see 2 medium and 3 low values. So I will raise a 3 low, and I will say my issue here. For example, I'm not sure about the choices in your catalog, and this should create an incident as soon as I submit this. I'll click on submit, and if you remember, we had actually checked that it should redirect us to the created record or the generated record, and it has done that. It has created an incident and redirected to that form, and this is a service portal view, so we are not able to see all the fields here. I will go to the native form, and I will click on the incident, and you can see the caller has been automatically selected as the current user, which we had defined in the script, and the description is 3 and then the short description. So the script is running properly with what we had defined through producer object, and also in the template we had defined the category and subcategory, which have also been selected automatically. So this is all about the record producers in Service Catalog. I hope this video was helpful to you. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in comments if you have any questions.